Hey there YouTube, I thought I'd bring you along today and show you my plant haul. Hey guys, and welcome back to Horticulture Geek. I'm Ray, and thank you so much for joining me today here in the garden. And today, like I just said, I'm going to be showing you guys my first plant haul of the 2022 growing season. Yes, there will be more than one. When you have a garden as big as I do and as many planters and containers as I do, it takes a lot to fill up the garden. And plus, there's just so many beautiful things on the market right now that it's hard not to just want to snatch stuff up. And I know a lot of people out there are like me. So I wanted to show you my first plant haul here, and I'm going to flip the camera around and show you what I got, and we'll walk through each plant. Here we go. Okay, so here is our first plant haul of the season. And we're gonna jump right in here and start looking at this stuff. All right, let's start right here. Let me scoot this out of the way. So this right here is for the shade garden area. So I have 3 different colors of impatiens, but these are all 3 impatiens. Let me find some tags here. So this is Imara XDR Pink. And then I have, let's see, right here's a tag. Imara XDR White. And then finally over here, there's a tag over there. We have the Imara XDR Red. So these 3 different colors of impatiens, they'll all be living side by side in the garden. I like to mix them up and intermix the colors. I think it just makes it an interesting display. And even though this is labeled as a red, in real life, it's really reading more as a hot pink. But definitely, I mean, it's in the red tones, but it's more of a pinky red. And so I don't know, I just thought it was interesting, and these are just the colors I went with this year. All right, so now let's start tackling this guy right here. So we have shrimp plant. Now, if you've followed my channel for a while, you know that I love my shrimp plants. It gets to be a small bush size, and as you can see, it covers itself in those beautiful yellow blooms, and the blooms eventually start pushing out those little white petals on top of those. Very interesting, wonderful plant. And I have 2 of them, and these will go eventually live in containers in the front yard. Here I have a citronella plant, and this is exactly what citronella candles are made of. And it is commonly called the mosquito plant, but it is citronella, as you can see, and it smells wonderful. Just brushing up against it, touching it, releases that citronella smell. I just enjoy it a lot. So this is a good one to keep by your patio, and that's exactly what this will do. This will live in a container on the patio next to the seating area, so that as we're enjoying the patio, it will help keep the critters away. All right, next up we have 3 sun patients. That one does not have a tag. Let me see if I can find one with a tag in it. Nope. So, but these are sun patients. And so a sun patient is similar to an impatient in the flower structure, but where impatiens are shade plants, sun patients can handle the sun. They can also handle some shade, but they can handle the sun. And these 3 are destined for planters at our gate. So we'll have those over there. Next up, we have this Coleus, and I do not have a place in mind for him yet. I just thought he was amazing looking, and so I grabbed him. And it may be a situation where once I figure out where this will fit in and look its best, I may go grab one or two more to help fill in with them. But for now, I wanted to just go ahead and make sure I got one because I loved it. It was beautiful. So this is the Coleus Flamethrower Cajun Spice. So, and let me explain this tag. If you're new to my channel, you may not know what this is, but this is the Arkansas Diamonds tag. And here in the state of Arkansas, our agricultural extension office has worked with our growers to create Arkansas diamond plants. Think proven winners. Like you see, I have a proven winners pot. So everybody knows that if you want a good, high quality plant that the company has really taken its time with, that is insured to perform, you get proven winners. Well, here in the state of Arkansas, our state has done the same thing. So if you see a pot in an Arkansas Diamonds container or with an Arkansas Diamonds card, you know that this plant has been specifically chosen or bred to do well in our climate zone in the state of Arkansas and to perform pretty much anywhere in the state. So it is a surefire thing to pick up plants that have this designation. You know they'll do really well in the garden. So I enjoy that. All right, moving on. We have this guy. And I get this every year. You can't beat those flowers. Hummingbirds like them as well. So this is the Plectranthus. And sometimes people call it the velvet plant because its leaves have a very velvety feel, kind of, or an appearance. But these flowers that come out, these calyxes, really are beautiful. And this is a drought-tolerant plant for the shade garden. And I just like to tuck this in back in our shade area. So this is one I usually get every year as well. All right, and the last two things on this tray are the Super Bells Lemon Slice. Again, I get this plant every single year because it is just beautiful. You can't beat it. It is a showstopper. You can pick it out across the garden. It's just very pretty. Grows very well. Performs great. So I have two of those here as well. All right. So now let me stick a few things back in here. And we'll shove this one out of the way. And let's move to this one. So right off the bat, you can see I've got two more of the Super Bells Lemon Slice on this container. And then the showstopper here is these four petunias that I have. And these are just gorgeous. And these are the Super Cal petunias, and they are called Premium Sunray Pink. So this is a standard petunia. This is not a super petunia. This is not a proven winners plant. This is a standard petunia. But that color is just beautiful. So I went ahead and picked up four of those as well to go into containers. And then underneath it, I've got Bacopas to also go into containers. So this is the Bacopa White. It is a cascading or trailing plant. As you can see, it is wonderful to put in containers. It just spills right over the edge and covers itself in these beautiful little white flowers. So, and these two things will live together in a container is my initial thought right now. So that handles that flat right there. All right, let's move on to this tray. This is just a mixed bag here. I have some, get the tag for you. Woo. Some Celosia First Flame Purple. Again, I like Celosias. They are good to put in the garden. And I will actually pop these out into flower beds, sprinkle them in. That color just draws the eye in. So it's a good annual flower to pop in where you have a little hole or a little blank space or just a little spot you need to fill in some color, because this will certainly draw the eye with that beautiful color. Next we have some Zinnias, a 6-pack of Zinnias. And this is Profusion Yellow. good to sprinkle in the landscape or put in containers. Just a good little plant to have. So I picked up a 6-pack of those. Then we have the Thunbergia. I believe is what this is. Oh, no, not Thunbergia. Sorry. Wishbone flower. So this is the white wishbone flower. I don't know why I was saying the other name. Oh, well. And let's look at this one. Look at this right here. Isn't that pretty? And so this is the deep blue wishbone right there. And then I have a 6-pack of ageratum right here. So Bass Lake Marina ageratum. Ageratum, again, it's a spreader, so it will kind of take over its spot and it will cover itself in these just beautiful flowers. Flowers all summer long. Looks really good. And then I have some marigolds right here. This is the yellows. And let's see, is there a tag for an official name? Let's see. So Durango yellow marigold. I like marigolds. Marigolds are drought and heat resistant. They're made to be tough. I mean, now you have to keep them watered. You can't let them like dry out, but they like it hot and they get good size and they're good insect deterrent as well. So they will help, especially in the vegetable garden. If you plant these around your vegetables, it helps deter insects away from your vegetables. So I have the yellow there. Let me put a few of these things back in here and we can slide this out of the way and move to our last box here. And shining right there in the corner is another marigold. And this is the Durango Flame. So again, just like the yellow, likes bright, hot sun, does well, helps in the vegetable area to get rid of bugs. Next in here, you see I have some Super Bells Moon Punch. Super Bells Blue Moon Punch. Beautiful color. These two are actually going into a wall basket, and I just think that they'll look really well over there. And then here we have some begonias. And this is the Prelude Mix begonia. So just beautiful. It's got some white and some pink in there. Looks really good. The next big things here that you see are... Whoop, that's not the right tag. There it is right there. Coleus. And this is the Burgundy Wedding Train Coleus. Now these Coleus I like. I get Wedding Train, or there's one called Chocolate Drop as well that's a little bit different. These are good in containers because these are also spillers. This is not your normal Coleus like this here. Like this is a bushy Coleus. This is going to get big and bulky. This Coleus is going to get wide and trail and droop. And so it's good to put in containers as a spiller. And that color is just amazing. That chartreuse lime green edge with that maroony center, it just stands out. So it just works out really well. I like these a lot. And then my last thing here is I've got several Dichondra Silver Falls. And they're kind of hidden in there. Again, these are trailers for containers. And these don't have much silver color yet because they are new. But as they grow and get some links on them, these leaves really will, and you can see from the tag there, put on a silvery tone and look wonderful hanging out of containers and baskets. So there is a rundown of my first plant haul. So guys, I went through that pretty quick, but I hope you got to see those plants and I hopefully explained them well for you. Now comes the big task for me of getting all these things put into the landscape. And I will be filming some of that, so I will have some videos coming out about that. But I just wanted to do this plant haul video right off the front because now is the time. Garden centers are bursting with life all over the country. Some of you folks up in the far north, y'all are still cool. So y'all are just now hitting your spring-ish areas or times, but your garden centers are still going to start popping with lots of color, lots of life. So it is time to get out in the garden, folks. And I wanted you to see kind of my first plant haul and what I chose to bring home this year. And I do not go to the garden center with a preset plan in my mind. What I do, what works for me is, I know my containers, I know my garden, and so I just go to the garden center and I walk up and down the aisles and I look for things that speak to me. I look for plants that I know I want because I have them every year and I love them. And then I just start filling in gaps in my head. So now I know some people like to write it down, and that is something that you totally can do. If you are an organizer, you like to have things written down, go through your garden, make a list of all the containers you want to plant up for the year, and their sizes, so that you'll know what it takes to fill that container. For instance, if you have a 6-inch container, then you only probably need one plant to fill it up. But if you have a 15-inch container, you might want 3 plants. If you have a 24 or 36-inch planter, you're going to need 6 to 10 plants, depending on the size of plants you get, to fill that container up. So having that list, having that note, if that helps you, is a good idea. I just go with, I just kind of I look around and see what speaks to me, and that works well for me. And I know that I'm going to be making several trips to the garden center as well. And I think that's also important to say that as well, especially if you are a new gardener. Stagger out your shopping trips, because garden centers receive shipments from different suppliers at different times. For example, the garden center I went to today is a fantastic garden center, and they had all these beautiful things. But one of their main suppliers, who is a local Central Arkansas grower, has not made their first delivery to that garden center yet. And there are specific things from that grower that I know I like. And so I asked the garden center, I was like, hey, where is the stuff from this grower? Because I know I'm looking for a specific combination baskets. Oh, we haven't got that yet. We're hoping that those orders come in this next week on Thursday. So stagger out your shopping. That way, as the garden centers get in fresh stock and they get in different stock from different suppliers, you're going to be able to pick through the lot and really pick and choose the things that speak to you, that are going to work well in your garden. And plus, it's just better for me personally, to not try to buy everything at one time and then stress yourself out to come home and plant everything at one time. Because this is a undertaking. This is work. So don't stress yourself out, new gardeners especially. Don't do that. Enjoy it. Go and just walk around your garden centers or big box stores. See what they have. See what speaks to you. See what you think is going to be absolutely amazing in your garden. Take your time and enjoy it. And then come home and get to work, and again, take your time and enjoy it. That's what I plan to do, and that's what I hope you do this growing season as well. I think I've done enough rambling for this video, but if you have enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. I would love that. If you have any questions or comments, pop those down below in the comment section. And always remember, the best way to help me here at Horticulture Geek so that I can go buy plant haul number 2 and 3 is to share my videos. If you know anybody that would like gardening, or you think would like my content, share this video with them. And don't forget to watch those advertisements, because that helps me as well. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope it has inspired you, and I hope you're ready to get out and tackle this garden season. From my garden to yours, I wish you all the best and happy gardening.